I'm Harriet Hodgson, health and wellness writer, and I'm reading today from my book, Affirmations for Family Caregivers. It's the second book in a series of 4. This excerpt is from the preface. I never dreamed I would be my mother's caregiver, but that's what happened. The funny, kind, witty mother of my childhood started to have mini-strokes. She had her first mini-stroke the day of my father's funeral. My aunt, who had been staying with my mother, attributed my mother's confusion to sleeping hard. As the months passed, my mother's intelligence started to slip, probably the result of more strokes. Her judgment slipped too. Without telling anyone, she contacted a mover, left her house, and boarded a plane to Florida so she could be near her older sister. Family members were shocked to hear she was gone. Moving proved to be one of the worst decisions of my mother's life. I called her regularly and became aware of her dwindling intelligence. One day my mother called to tell me she had been found wandering in a department store, looking for her car. The sales associate told my mother, cars are parked outside the store, not inside. Mom told the story in a controlled manner and reacted calmly when I told her she needed to move to Rochester, Minnesota to be close to family support. I contacted a mover and found an apartment for her, and my husband and I drove to Florida and picked up my mother. Unfortunately, she called again and said she wasn't going to move. First, I tried reasoning with my mother, and that didn't work. And finally, I resorted to blunt truth. You called to tell me you were found wandering in a department store. This isn't safe, and you aren't safe. There was silence on the other end of the phone. And then I heard a deep sigh of resignation. And my mother said, "All right, I'll come." And looking back now, I realize my job as a family caregiver officially began that day. I moved my mother from her large apartment into a studio apartment to conserve funds. And every day I did something for my mother. I made medical and dental appointments, took her to lunch every day, ran errands on weekdays, cooked a gourmet dinner for her every Sunday, managed her finances, and represented her in a class action lawsuit when I discovered she had been defrauded of $50,000. And this went on for 9 years. And I didn't realize how exhausted I was until my mother died. I resumed my community activities and became involved in new ones.